The artist I chose was Keith Haring. His art was mostly done in the 70s and the 80s. He has been described as advancing the conceptual, minimalist, and pop art genres. Keith was born on May 4th, 1958, and received his passion in art from his father, who was a cartoonist, Walt Disney, and Dr. Seuss. In 1976, Haring enrolled in the Ivy School of Professional Arts in Pittsburgh to study commercial arts. He decided, however, after 2 semesters to drop out because he discovered that commercial arts wasn't his thing. He stayed in Pittsburgh for 2 more years, studying and creating artwork on his own. He had his first show at the Pennsylvania Arts and Crafts Center. Later in that same year, he moved to New York and enrolled in the School of Visual Arts. While in New York, Haring befriended fellow artists Schroff and Basquiat and the musician Madonna. He found himself in an underground art scene that really suited to his personality. They were bringing art on the street straight to the people, which went right in line with Haring's ideal of taking art away from the elites and giving it back to the people. Some of Haring's main influences were Robert Henry, who asserted the fundamental independence of the artist. He was also inspired by Christo's running fence because of its public and participatory nature. And lastly, Andy Warhol, whose ability to take real life and turn it into art all led to who Keith Haring decided to be as an artist. The next stage in Haring's career happened when he was commuting home on the subway. He noticed the empty black panels where a future subway advertisement would be. He would create as many as 40 subway drawings in a day. The subway commuters became so familiar with his works, if they saw the artist in the subway working, they would stop to engage him. However, the police did not agree because one time he did get arrested for his transgressions. To me, this is the real start of Haring getting his art to the masses. To quote Barbara Haskell, the curator of the Whitney Museum of American Arts in the 80s, he attacked elitism in art by going to the people directly with images that they could understand. Haring's first solo exhibit in New York was at West Bath Painter Space in 1981. He was also shown at the Tony Shafrasi Gallery. Some of his international shows were Documenta 7 in Kassel, Germany, and the Sao Paulo, Brazil Biennial. He was also known for his Crack is Whack mural on FDR Drive in New York City, as well as a mural created for the 100th anniversary of the Statue of Liberty, of which he had the help of 900 children. As well, he also painted a mural on the Berlin Wall 3 years before it was torn down. In April 1986, Haring opened a pop shop selling his artwork to the masses for reasonable prices. He was criticized for this, but said it was the next logical step after the subways. Regretfully, on February 16, 1990, Haring died of complications with AIDS. Now I'd like to take the time to let you know exactly why I chose Keith Haring and what I like most about his artwork and himself. The first thing I would like to touch on is his ability to bring art to the people and not want to keep the art locked up in the gallery for only the wealthy. The second thing I'd like to point out is his message was very understandable. He could even, his work could even be understood by children, and they could explain what exactly his artwork made them feel. As well, the way he worked was very intuitive. He worked quickly and assuredly. He did no precursory sketches. Well, that wraps up the presentation. I'd like to show you a very good representation of his work. You can turn off the video now if you just don't have the time, but I just wanted to put this in here because I thought it gave a lot of different images of his work together in one place. So I give you Madonna's Into the Groove backdrop.